Emily! Okay, Emily. I think I'm going to talk about what I like. No, I'm going to talk about what I think you can improve upon. I'm going to talk about some things you did well. Okay? I've heard a number of your speeches, so I'm going to talk about some stuff that I've seen over the past, and it pertains to, it's related to today's speech. Frankly, I didn't know what you were talking about. Okay? And here's why. I'm going to tell you how I could fall in love with the place, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, I don't mean to be rude, but if you learn to simplify that, I think it will go a long way. What I heard were 2 points. I heard 2 points. I'm going to tell you how to do this, and I'm going to tell you about this. I could only follow the one. Okay? I'm a pretty good listener, but I was trying to write it down, and I was like, huh? I missed it. Okay? One of the things I think has been a really good benefit to me is that I learned to just focus on one thing. Okay? One thing. I recommend simplifying your language. For example, you speak like poetic prose. You have a wonderful grasp of language. Your vocabulary is awesome. It's very colorful. I was able to get awesome images of you on the stage. I thought it was great. Okay? Simplified is sometimes very effective. You said, I was interested in the opposite gender. Okay? Why not just say, I like boys. I liked boys. Okay? It's one way to be a little more effective, just to simplify. I know, I have this same technique. I want to say so much information in one speech. And I've got that funnel, you know, the funnel. Try to get all this information through one tiny little thing. And I think simplifying language would help really, really much. Okay? You had some good things. You had some magnificent stories. Okay? The story you told, number one, your opening caught my attention. It was fantastic. I learned something. I want to start using dramatic openings. Okay? Hello! Nice to meet you. I'm Michael. Okay? It's very good. It's very effective. Okay? Grabbed my attention. What's she doing? Where is she going with this? It's a very awesome way to go. I found, like, in your story you were talking about the process of acting and what you went through while you were acting. And I found that there were a bunch of little stories in there that would have made super speeches too. For example, you could have talked about overcoming your fear by acting courageously. Because that's what you did. When you were nervous, you went into the theater, you didn't know what you wanted to do, and you tried it. Okay? Every day you get up here, you speak, you try it. That's awesome. You overcome your fear. Every time you come up here, you act courageously, and that's awesome. I also found a very powerful tool for becoming a better speaker, for becoming a better worker, is a route to change. You talked about acting as if I were a prostitute. Okay, I took on the role, and I noticed some change. You know, like I started to be more talkative, where I was really scared, but I was portraying a talkative prostitute. I changed. That's awesome. No, you're still lovely Emily, but now you learned something from the process of acting as if you were someone different. That's an awesome thing you could have looked at. Okay, I'm way over time, and that's okay. Yeah, it's not okay. I'm sorry. It's not okay. And I just said the very thing that I'm going to pass on to you is, number one, don't apologize. Okay? Don't apologize. We know this. It's very tough to come up here and it feels like, oh, sorry. Psh, get rid of it. Okay? You have every right to be up here and every right to do everything you have to say. I thought, really? You're improving. And that's what we're here to do. And I just want to say, congratulations. You did it again. Ta-da! Thanks. Sorry for taking your time. Sorry for saying sorry.
This is why I like Toastmaster class. Korean word, they say, good thing is not always good thing. 좋은 게 항상 좋은 건 아니다. Why we say